Critters: A New Binge takes a Gremlins, a new batch kind of philosophy in making everything zanier, campier, and making the monsters a lot more vocal as opposed to the original films. Uh, the plot that's there is really simple. We have the critters returning to Earth, supposedly on a covert mission, which means absolutely no eating people. But based on the title, you can probably figure out that the insatiable creatures are not able to control themselves, and it becomes a running joke. The commander of the alien team is constantly reprimanding them for eating people, eating animals. They say, "Oh, we thought dogs didn't count," and he's like, "Yeah, everything counts." Um, they're on a mission to retrieve a critter that was left behind, which is peculiar because they seem to have their sights set on a human woman who is a single mother who is very promiscuous. And it's not hard to put two and two together based on what kind of movie this is. Exactly who they're looking for turns out to be her son. And we find out that we actually get a flashback of the mating between the mother and a critter. She explains in the flashback that it was Y2K. They thought the world was going to end, and it's not. This isn't an adult film or anything. Again, it's all comedy. We have the critter is on top of her, and just the fact that he's so small makes it comical. He starts. His tongue comes out, and it's longer than Gene Simmons from Kiss. And then she tells the critter that she wants him to roll down on her because the critters are known for all the rolling they do. So very very prurient kind of humor. There's another scene where the critters, they haven't been on Earth. They say since like the '80s, and they're on the internet looking at porn and commenting how they really want to eat the model because she's completely hairless. So yeah, it's very lowbrow, very fan service, very campy. A lot of people have complained about the special effects. Even the movie acknowledges right off kind of meta fourth wall reference. When the critters are coming to the Earth, they're watching a broadcast of a horror movie on their spaceship, and it's a very cheesy CG monster, and one of the critters comments that, "Oh, the it's not that bad," and it's clearly referencing itself. It's clearly because it knows those comments are going to be coming, and people are going to criticize it. But it really isn't that bad for what it is, because the monsters don't need to be super scary, because it's not a horror, it's not a thriller. It's just a pure camp throughout, so it's not that important. It's like South Park. It doesn't need to be Disney animation. That's not what it's about. It's about the jokes. And again, these aren't highbrow jokes, and neither is South Park. We get again some of the things, they're over the top. We get the critters are being hunted by the bounty hunters, intergalactic bounty hunters, which appear throughout the series, and two of them land in Australia, and this movie takes place in the United States, and so they literally run to get to their location. We don't see them run over water, but apparently they do. It's just funny scenes like that throughout. There's a scene where also we have the critters. They're very over the top. We get a lot of personality, just like they did with Gremlins: A New Batch, where they gave much more different variety to the Gremlins, and they were talking. We get the same kind of thing with this movie, where they have different accessories. One has goggles on, another has an eye patch. They pretty much all talk. The most distinguished is we find out the leader, the president of the critters and father of the main character, the boy who is a hybrid. We can tell he's the president clearly because he's wearing a little suit. So I mean, it's just weird seeing a gremlin. Now I'm confusing the series. A critter in a suit. Again, that's something we expect from like Gremlins: A New Batch, which they actually did. I think they had a gremlin in a tuxedo, and there was a whole dance number, and that's the kind of movie we're going to get. And a lot of people don't like A New Batch, So if you don't like A New Batch, you're probably not going to like this. There's also a lot of references to other movies. We get a sort of Princess Leia, Jabba the Hutt moment where the single mother ends up taking her belt off and then choking the president critter with it. And also they reference directly another movie. One of the critter's weaknesses is to high-pitched sound, which will make them explode. And we get a sequence where we see all the critters exploding one by one, and then we get to one of the last critters, and it starts to disintegrate exactly like from the movie Avengers Endgame, where they were disintegrating. So yeah, it's meta. It's very fourth wall. It's all camp throughout. We also get. I think they're kind of underutilized. There's a lot of cameos from more well-known actors. The main actor, Christoper, who plays the boy, you might know him, Joey Morgan. He was starring in the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. But we also have his uncle is played by Gilbert Gottfried, who gives the kind of inspirational speeches that you would expect from Gilbert Gottfried. There's also Thomas Lennon plays the principal. So it's almost in that way kind of has like a Sharknado feel. It's again so campy. You got all these cameos from fairly known actors or B actors. The movie ends with a little bit of a suggestion of a sequel, like there might be more coming, but I think it's really just I think it's really just a joke. It doesn't really seem to be going anywhere. The web series wasn't well received. It's been much better received than almost simultaneously released is a new movie, Critters Attack, and it's getting a little better reviews than that movie. I think it's a lot better than that movie if you like campy movies. If not, then you're not going to like this. But again, the big thing you need to know is that this is a Shudder, the horror streaming service Shudder exclusive. So you're going to need that to watch it. It's not that long. It's really short. There's only 8 episodes long, and each episode is like less than 10 minutes, and that's counting credits. So the actual show, you're talking just over an hour long. So I don't know if I would sign up just for, it's like $6 a month for Shudder, just for the series. If you really like Critters, then maybe. But there's a lot of other things good on Shudder, and it's Halloween coming up, so you might want to subscribe to that service anyway. Check it out.